Hiya, and welcome back to Tennis Ace, the game that teaches us that, that Atsushi-san has absolutely zero shame. Hiya. Anyways, let's just hop right in. I'm back. Aki-kun, welcome back. We were wondering where you'd gone. Sorry, Mom really did talk my ears off. She was speaking so high. I couldn't even tell what she was saying half the time. Guess she was really excited. My ears hurt, though. Wait. Shoichini, your eyes are really red! Oh, yeah. I might have cried a little bit at the news. Even I get emotional sometimes, you know. You okay? Oh, yeah, for sure. Better than I've felt in ages, actually. Really? Because Nichan is getting discharged? Among other things. What does that mean? We don't have to worry about that. The important thing is that I'm feeling relieved right now. Wow, Shoichi-san might be a terrible liar, but he's great at avoiding the subject. That was some A-grade redirection skills. We all are. Mom is howling over the phone. I hope you don't mean that literally. Judging from his face, I don't think there are many other options left. This reminds me, we should probably let Sai and Keisuke-kun know about this. Aren't you guys getting a little ahead of yourselves? What do you mean? You said that the doctors mentioned there being a chance of Yuichi-san being discharged today. Not that it was a done deal. Don't you think it's a bit early to be calling everyone to tell them? Oh, right, I see your point. Yeah, that makes sense. Yet you still called your mother. Someone has to drive him home if he does get discharged, don't they? You don't expect him to up and walk home, do you? Okay, you got me there. Ease up on him, Aki-kun. That was a bit harsh. Right, sorry, I snapped. That's the first time I've ever heard Akiyoshi-kun snap like that. And at me. I'll try to be more careful around him. He's probably way stressed out lately. Then again, I don't think there's a single one of us that isn't stressed out. How long should it be until we hear whether or not he gets discharged? Shouldn't be too long. They said an hour to an hour and a half for the tests, and it's already been a solid 10 minutes. This isn't going to be an easy wait, is it? It's not. I want to run into the exam room already. That's how anxious and excited I am. Yuichi-san, I want to see you. An hour later. A few minutes after we'd settled into our chat by the corridor, one of the nurses appeared and asked us to wait inside the room until the results arrived. It seemed that regardless of getting discharged or not, Yuichi-san had decided he was ready to have visitors, so there was no problem in us waiting for him in the room. We watched for a bit as the nurses tidied up the room, changed the sheets, the pillows, everything. They left the room completely spotless. So, with nothing better to do while waiting, we sat by the chairs in the room and talked. They brought 2 more chairs into the room so all 3 of us could sit and wait, talking through everything. Akiyoshi-kun told us a little bit about what the past week was like. He had been very secretive the whole time until now, apparently under Yuichi-san's orders. Seems Yuichi-san really didn't want us to hear much about what his situation was like so far. He was really down at first, but his mood started to improve little by little. So would you say that he's doing well now? Physically, sure, he can't really move his knee yet, so he can't walk. But the swelling has been going down and the incisions are healing nicely. Mentally, though, he's been cheering up a bit. He can smile now, but it's pretty obvious that he's still pretty broken up about it. And again, there's no way that he wouldn't be, right? How can something that devastating happen to you and you just go on like it was nothing? That's not going to happen. Yeah. Hearing them talk like this, it's hard to keep those same feelings of guilt and self-hatred from surfacing. But at the same time, I know they'd have none of it. If I tried bringing it up, they'd shut me down before I could even finish a sentence. Tough love. It's very much still love, but it's also very much still tough. It's a bitter pill to swallow. Though I'm sure my situation is still much, much easier to deal with than Yuichi-san's by comparison. There's no way I can even begin to compare my suffering to his. Maybe 7 years ago when I found out about my heart condition, or last year when I was told to stop playing the piano entirely. But now, broken dreams trump guilt any day of the week. And now I know exactly what Yuichi-san would say if he could hear my thoughts right now. He'd make some snarky comment about Misery Olympics and would tell me to stop moping about. Even just picturing him saying it in my head already cheers me up a bit. Really. Oh! We figured out who that is. Figured out who Shaw777 is. It's Star. Why they're a collaborator, I don't know. Ooh, man, looks like someone is completely spacing out and away from our conversation, eh, Jun-kun? Huh? That goofy smile on your face. Here we are, talking about something really heavy, and you're smiling like a schoolgirl talking to her crush. What? No way, I wasn't doing that! Trust me, dude. I've made the same look tons of times before. I can recognize it when I see it. New Redeemer, new sticker idea. Emo kid. You did? I was worried you liked someone, Shoichi-ni. I'll tell you about it later. Now is really not the time. Sure. Akiyoshi-kun nodded, surprisingly agreeable to that. Really? I would have thought you'd be more curious about it. You let it go really easily. So, stuck thinking about Yuichi now? What? Shoichi-san! I looked at Akiyoshi-kun, feeling embarrassed to have Shoichi-san speak so brazenly in front of him. What are you getting all embarrassed in front of me for? Like I don't know about it already. I even gave you advice before, remember? Whoa, 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 whoa! Back up a bit here. You gave Jun-kun advice? What? Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. Anyone could tell from a mile away that those two like each other but can't spit it out. Or in Nichan's case, even notice. So I told him, I said, you're not going to get anywhere by being subtle. You need to be way more direct. Yup, and then the failed confession happened. Wow, you actually did it? I didn't know about that. Yeah, I got silence as an answer. Felt good, definitely recommend it. Seriously, silence? Come on, Nichan, I can't even defend you like that. It's okay, Yuichi-san talked to me later, though he was still trying to make sense of himself, so he he'd never thought about it before. I could tell that he was turning around recently. I thought for sure that things were finally going somewhere during our little date. Felt like he was about to confess back to me before, well. And now is probably a really bad time for me to be trying to advance our relationship. Maybe give him a few days. Who knows? He's going to need to lean on someone for support even more now than he did before. That might work out in your favor. Wouldn't that be taking advantage of the situation, especially when he's so vulnerable? I don't see the harm. I mean, we all already know he likes you anyway. What's a little push? You'd get there eventually with or without it. Akiyoshi-kun, you're very mature sometimes, but you really do still have a child's understanding of relationships, and that's coming from me. Yeah, sure, I guess that makes sense. You don't actually mean that, do you? Who knows? I obviously don't agree with that, but I know better than to try and argue with Akiyoshi-kun about it. He's still too young to be getting lectured in this kind of thing. Plus, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of getting snapped at again. Excuse me? We're bringing Michimiya-san over. Our eyes snapped to the doorway right away once a knock comes from it. Ah. Before we even have time to prepare for it, the nurse wheels Yuichi-san into the room, smiling widely at our reactions. For his part, Yuichi-san looks at the three of us, smiling awkwardly in our direction. Just seeing that smile is... Yuichi... Shoichi-san slowly walks up to Yuichi-san, looking down at him with tears in his eyes. Hey, been a while. Were you worried about me? Of course we were, you idiots! Dropping to his knees, Shoichi-san wrapped Yuichi-san in a tight hug, quietly sobbing with his head buried in the Shiba's chest. For his part, Yuichi-san maintained the same awkward smile, patting the bigger husky on the back. I'm sorry for making you guys worry. I needed some time for myself. Should I go up to him? How would I even go about doing that? Even if I try to, I can't help but feel guilty. Does Yuichi-san even want me around? I don't know that, and until now, I can't take the first move. Instead, I stand around awkwardly grabbing and squeezing my left elbow. June. I don't know. Hearing Yuichi-san call my name feels like having electricity suddenly going through my body, shocking me back into reality. Recognizing that his time with him was over, Shoichi-san promptly got back on his feet and walked away. Yuichi-san raised a hand in the air, gesturing for me to come closer. I walked, hesitantly at first, taking slow steps towards him. Would he hit me? Chastise me? Tell me to get out? I hate not knowing. Can you do as Shoichi didn't get on your knee? Okay. I'll do as he says. Right now, I have no right to go against him. I need to do whatever he wants me to do. I closed my eyes, expecting some sort of punishment. Instead, I'm sorry. Aki told me how worried and guilty you've been feeling this entire time. I should have talked to you sooner. You're a really good guy, June. Thank you so much for worrying about me this entire time, but also, I'm sorry for making you worry. Thank you for keeping me in your thoughts. I'm sorry! There, on my knees, with Yuichi-san petting me and rubbing his hand through my fur, I break down into tears. There's nothing for you to be sorry about. It was an accident. I don't want you feeling guilty for any of it. Got it? Yeah! For the next 5 minutes, all I could hear was the sound of my own quiet sobbing. Yuichi-san continued to pet and comfort me the entire time. Even though he's the one that's been hurt, even though he's the one that's suffering the most. Yuichi-san continues to take care of me and care for me despite everything. That alone was probably the last piece required for me to be saved from this overwhelming sense of guilt I've been holding on to. Even though something irreplaceable has been lost, no one has seen fit to blame me. Maybe I'm not a monster after all. By the time all the exams were dealt with and the discharge papers were filled, Mom had finally arrived. Aki told me he'd let her know about my potential discharge, but I didn't think she'd actually manage to get time off work to come pick me up. I just hope she doesn't get in trouble over this. Getting into the change of clothes she brought for me, was harder than I thought. Putting my shorts on while wearing a brace was probably one of the most unpleasant experiences of my life. After 18 years since I was born, needing my mom's help to put my underwear and shorts on had to have been the biggest step back I've ever taken. Are you guys sure you don't need a ride? Are you kidding? Your family's car is tiny, and you need to take the wheelchair with you. There's no way the two of us would fit. Yeah, besides you're going home right now. It's only fair that you go with your family. Outsiders are not allowed. I really don't like hearing you call yourself an outsider. Too bad. It's the truth. Well, yeah, but I also know how badly you guys took my absence these past 2 weeks. I won't lie, I still don't feel like I'm 100% ready to face everyone. This has been one of the hardest weeks of my life, realizing that everything I've worked for and all the hard work I put in was for nothing. It hit me really hard. For the first few days, I couldn't bring myself to eat, or to care. I really did think to myself at one point, if this is what it'll be like, what's the point in continuing to live? Hiya. I was very quickly shocked out of that thought process by the overwhelming support I got from Aki. He really did go above and beyond to help me as much as he could, putting my well-being above even his own. I could tell how much of a toll it was taking on him, and that's when I really realized I needed to shape myself up. Having my little brother sacrifice himself to help me? Unacceptable. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I kept being a burden to him and Mom. But I still need to keep everyone else away, at least for a while. Until I could deal with the storm of emotions going on inside me, the last thing I wanted was for them to see me at rock bottom. Because if they did know just how far I fell, they'd worry about me even more, and that is something I wouldn't be able to take at all. I don't think I'm 100% ready yet, but I also can't keep delaying it much longer. From Shoichi and Jun's reactions earlier, I could tell I made them wait too much as is. Any longer and they might have broken. Oof, that's a really scary thought. I definitely can't leave them alone for that long next time. I need to do better. Can you guys at least drop by the house when you get back to the neighborhood? I want to catch up a little. Seriously, do you not know the meaning of the word rest? You're going home after over a week in the hospital. Yeah, take it from me. It can be really overwhelming. You might need some time just to get your bearings back. I'll be fine. I spent 2 whole weeks stuck to a bed with wheels. I want to do stuff by myself and get control of my life back. You know, make the best out of a bad situation. Man, you're stronger than I gave you credit for. Ha! I wish. It's totally just a front, but I'm glad you bought it. Good going, me. You're better at this than I thought. Though June doesn't look all that convinced. Maybe one final push? Yeah, that should do it. If anything, I just want some news of the outside world. You have no idea how boring it gets being stuck in a room for 2 weeks.
It's time to
for
drink
weeks
water.
with nothing but the nurses talking about their kids and families when they visit.
Drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
You're having fun. I can imagine. Oh, really? And what was I? Decoration? You certainly are cute enough for the part. But no, you were the only thing keeping me sane for the past week. Really, Aki, thanks. I love you so much. I didn't love you too, idiot. Got you right where I want you. Aw, really? You've been so sweet lately. I might get used to it. Oops, might have pushed a little too much. Freak deer! Aki's face is so red, I think he might burst. I quickly reach with my hand to pet him, ruffling the fur atop his head as I do so. Okay then, enough goofing off. I had just about enough of being in this hospital. I want to get home again. Can you help me get in the car? Yeah, of course. And you guys, please, do come over today. Yes, sir! Gotcha. You don't have to glare at us so much, though. You're gonna break poor June here. That's only because I know you guys will try to be your stupid, considerate selves and give me time or whatever. The thing is, I don't want time. I already had a lot of time to myself and to stew in my own thoughts. I want to keep myself occupied right now. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, if you're absolutely sure about it. I am, and don't make me say it twice. Yuichi, Aki, let's get going. I was able to negotiate with my bosses so I'd be allowed to dip out of work real quick, but I still have to get back. Really? Nichan just got discharged and you have to get back to work? Can't you stay home? I can't, baby. But I did manage to clear my schedule a little bit, so I should be home by 9 tonight. Aww. It's alright. Mom is working really hard to take care of us. I know that. Once I'm securely in the back seat of the car, Aki closes the door behind me and goes around the car to get to the front seat. Usually I'd be the one riding shotgun, but I kind of need the extra space more than anything right now. Giving a last wave, we depart, finally leaving this horrible place behind me and heading back home again. Gotta hate hospitals. An hour later... Man, even being away for 2 weeks was already enough to leave my room completely foreign to me. I've been waiting by myself while Aki went to take a bath, since he apparently didn't get the chance to since leaving the house in the morning. Which reminds me, I'm just glad that I'll be able to more or less bathe myself unattended. I might need some help putting my clothes on after, but that's nowhere near as bad as having nurses helping me with that. First I felt too dead inside to care, but the better I got, the more self-conscious I became. It's good to be home. Although, there's so much tennis stuff in my room. All of this. I have no use for it anymore. Looking around makes me really nostalgic. And really sad. Wonder if I could throw it all away, or at least hide it in my closet or something. I don't want to be reminded of it. I don't want the memories to be staring me in the face. I don't want to think of what I lost every time I look around. It's not fair. Nichan, can I come in? Sure. Aki walks in the room, a damp towel clinging around his shoulders and passing behind his neck, leaving wet spots on top of the shirt he just put on. Is it okay for your shirt to be that wet when you just got out of the bath? It's hot. He says it like it's the most natural thing to say. You think I don't know that it's hot? I'm wearing a fucking brace here. That's uncomfortable as hell. How are you settling in? Do you need me to get you anything? You don't have to fuss over me. I can handle myself. Oh, is that so? Are you going to go up and down the stairs whenever you need something? No, I wouldn't be able to do that. Didn't think so. Stop being so stubborn and just let me help you. How do I put this? Aki is still being incredibly blunt all the time, but he's also softer. Or at least he's being way more attentive than usual. I mean, he can have his cute moments when he wants to. No doubt he does it because he knows I'll give him anything if he acts like that. But now, kind of feels like he's being more aware of me than he was before. Am I imagining things? I brought you a water bottle, by the way. Put it in a thermos flask so it doesn't get warm too fast. Huh, thanks. I don't mind room temperature water, though. It's fine. I see. Aki sits next to me on the bed, quickly leaning back and letting his entire body fall on the mattress with the soft ruffling of the sheets. Nichan, you need a new bed. This foam in this one is all soft now. I like a softer bed, thank you very much. It's way better than that hard, lumpy thing in the hospital. I guess that makes sense. What the hell is this conversation even supposed to be? You were always chatty in the hospital. Now that we're home, you're suddenly being quiet and coy? I mean, come on! Talking about the weather? My bed? Aki, is everything okay? You're acting a bit weird. Not really. I'm just fine. Are you okay? I'm not quite sure how to answer that. More than anything, I have no idea where this conversation is even going right now. I'm alright? Not sure what to tell you. Really? Because it kind of feels like you shouldn't be. Huh? Ah, I see. So that's what it was. You're worrying about me again, aren't you? Well, yeah, just looking around your room gets me a little bit worried. Your tennis gear is thrown around, and you even have some posters on the wall by your dresser. Ah, I see where you're going with this. So you're worried about it too? You're more similar to me than I thought when it comes to these kinds of things. Yeah, I was thinking of putting it all away. Get a fresh start, you know? Nichan, you don't have to force yourself to do that if you don't want to. Doesn't it bother you at all to get rid of it? You spent years collecting some of this stuff. Not really. It's just junk now. Come on, don't look at me like that. It makes me feel bad. Don't look so sad for me. It makes it harder for me to ignore my own conflicted feelings. Aki, aren't you worrying about this a bit too much? How can you say that? I guess if it bothers you so much, we can keep some of it. Pick whatever you like. I'll probably just give away the rest and throw away what can't be salvaged. That is not the point. My phone vibrates on top of my nightstand. And it's a good time too. I have a feeling this conversation would become too much of a downer if we didn't cut away from it for at least a little bit. Oops, sorry, let me just check who it was, what it is. We're here. No one's answering the door. Can Aki let us in? One sec. It's Jun and Shoichi. They finally got here from the hospital. Could you go downstairs and let them in? Okay. Please don't be like that, Aki. Don't look like you're so upset about it. I'm doing my best to try and stay cheerful here. I want to be able to keep it up if you're acting so sad for me now that we're home. But then again, I think I'm asking you to stay fake cheerful the entire time like you did in the hospital would be too cruel. Sorry, Aki, I'm burdening you too much. Aki opens the door, bringing the two others walking right behind him inside. Sorry for the intrusion. How are you doing, Yuichi? I'm doing pretty okay, all things considered. Happy to be home again. And you don't have to apologize, Jun-san. Nichan was one who asked you guys to come over. You're not intruding at all. Oh? Aki's changed back to his cheerful self really quickly. I guess even he doesn't want those two to see him like that, huh? Yeah, what Aki said. You apologize too much. I do? I'm sorry! What did I just say? Hey, Yuichi, I didn't ask this before, but what's the plan for your recovery right now? The doctor said I shouldn't need to wear this brace for too long. 1 or 2 weeks at most. Then we start on physical therapy. He said that it should take about a year or most before I'm able to walk around normally. That since my body's really healthy and fit, it might go by in a flash instead. Here's hoping, but it's gotta suck to take a wheelchair everywhere, huh? Honestly, the wheelchair was just because the hospital insisted. I'm more planning to wear crutches instead. What? But you just got out of the hospital! Ugh, seriously? You're already defying doctor's orders. You're impossible. How are you two even surprised? Don't side with them, twerp! I won't side with you when you're being unreasonable just because you're my brother. I thought that would have been clear by now. What a pain in the ass. Yuichi-san, please don't push yourself. You need to follow the doctor's orders so your recovery can go as planned. It's fine. I won't try to put any weight on my leg or anything. Hell, I couldn't even if I wanted to. I just want to be a bit more mobile. Mom already agreed to get me crutches tomorrow. Misaki-san, please push back a little. It's a good thing Mizuguchi-san and Keisuke-san aren't here. Otherwise, you'd never hear the end of it. Yeah, there is going to be a court progressions tonight, and we might end up finishing it, honestly. Thing on my arm. It is bugging me. Oh yeah, speaking of them, I'm guessing they're at the tournament right now? Oh, as soon as I brought the tournament up, everyone's mood tanked. They were probably trying not to bring it up, huh? Seriously though, were you guys thinking I'd forget or something? I've been preparing all year, of course I wouldn't. Jeez, brighten up a little, would ya? You guys look like you're in a funeral. It's just... we were trying not to bring that up. Yup, nailed it. Man, I'm really good at this. I gotta give myself more credit. It's alright, you guys don't need to worry about it. But, you know what? Maybe we should call them. I'm sure Sai and Keikun would be really surprised to hear from me like that. It'll be even better if they won their matches. Then I get to congratulate them. Is that alright? Sure, why wouldn't it be? They're my friends. I need to help them cheer them on now that I can't be there. But... you know, you guys don't have to step on eggshells around me all the time. I already told you I'm okay. I've had time to digest it and I've come to terms with it. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's right. Right now it's my job to keep everyone's spirits up. If I let myself be down in the dumps, I'd only drag them down with me as they drown themselves in concern for me. I know that life goes on, things have to get back to normal eventually, but I also know them better than anyone. There's no way they'd find a way to be at peace with it if I wasn't. They're stupid considerate like that. So for their sake, I need to be okay with it. Right now, that is all that matters. Yuichi, you really are strong. What is this, a reprise? Pretty sure you said the same thing just an hour ago. But it's true. Well, like I said, all things considered, I'm doing pretty well. I mean, the news took me by surprise at first, but it's also kind of a relief. Relief? Nichan, you're kidding, right? Why would I be? For the past 3 years, tennis has been nothing but suffocating to me. It stopped being fun a long time ago. I guess I was only sticking with it because I felt I had to put too much effort into it to stop now. I felt guilty whenever I thought about it. But now I don't have to. I can do whatever I want. If you think about it, it's a pretty great situation to be in. That's why you guys don't have to look so sad, okay? This just might be a blessing in this disguise. Nichan, I didn't know you felt that way. Sorry, Aki. More than anything, I really wanted to be a good role model to you. You've been using me as an inspiration for tennis for the longest time. I didn't want to say I wanted to quit it and let you down. But you didn't have to do that just for me. What's that? Is it any surprise that I'd be thinking about you? I'm your older brother, after all. Nishan. Hey there, don't look like you're about to burst into tears like that. Yeah. That's right, you're a really good boy deep down, Aki. I can't let what's happening to me ruin your enthusiasm for tennis. No matter what happens, I'll continue to nurture you as much as I can. That's my job. Yuichi, you know, you're a lot more mature than I gave you credit for. What's that supposed to mean? I mean, I've been teasing you for years about how I felt like I was pretty much an older brother to you, but now you surprise me with how mature you really are. I think it just might be the other way around after all. Heh, I'm glad you finally see me for what I truly am. Psh, don't go getting cocky now. As if. The only one still looking conflicted is June. But I can't think of anything I can say that I haven't said already. Come on, just buy it already. I guess, if that's how you really feel, there's nothing anyone can do about it. No one should be forced to stick with something if they really don't like it. Crap, he's not buying it at all. Yeah, I kind of regret letting it come this far. Guess quitting took a lot more courage than I had. That's my mistake. I'm going to need to figure out what I'll do with my life now. Tennis always felt like a given, so I never stopped to think about it. Seriously, what am I even going to do? We're on our senior year already. This situation is way worse than I thought. Relax, you have time to think. We can help you with that. Thanks, that means a lot to me, Shoichi. I clapped my hands together twice, as if to bring an end to this topic of conversation. Spreading my arms wide with the biggest smile as I could muster, I forced as much enthusiasm into my voice as I could. Alright now, so, should we call Sai and Keisuke or not? I'm sure they'd want to hear from me. Did you guys even tell them I was discharged? Crap, I forgot. See? That won't do. You know Sai will get pissed at you for that, right? I am very aware of that. On the other hand, it might have seriously distracted them at an important time if it was right before a match, so maybe it was for the best. I hope you don't mind if I borrow that excuse when she asks. I don't want her to flay me alive. Come on, Sai might be a bit aggressive, but she's not that bad. Okay, Shoichi, give me your phone. If I call her from mine, it'll be a dead giveaway. Speaking of which, I had to buy a new phone. I swear, first I break one during a fit of rage, and then the other breaks during the accident. What am I, the phone destroyer, the phone graveyard where phones go to die? No, let's not think of that. That's strangely morbid. Here you go. You have Sai on speed dial? That should make it easier, actually. I don't really remember her number after all. Alright, it's dialing. Here, I put it on speakerphone. Talk to her like normal and get her to bring Keisuke on the line, too. Let me surprise them. Yes, sir! Seeing Shoichi super happy to play along is definitely a little bit heartwarming. I really needed to see them smiling like this right now. Hello, Sho-chan? Yo, Sai, is this a bad time to call? I just got home. No, not at all. We just got back to the hotel. Really? Man, your matches ran long. Kinda made K-chan stick around to help me practice. Ooh. Half expected to hear a "Don't call me K-chan" coming from the background. Guess he's not anywhere close enough to hear her talk. Shame. Really? That's just cruel. Do you remember other people don't have as much stamina as you do, will ya? It's fine. We came back to the hotel after the third time he said he was too tired. Wait a second. You waited until he had to say it 3 times? Ah, that's awful. Is he even still alive? Of course he's alive. I just dropped him by his room. Could you go back? I wanted to talk to both of you. To both of us? Like, on speakerphone? Yeah, you both said you wanted me to keep you updated. It's easier to tell you both stuff at once. Then I don't have to keep asking myself if I forgot to tell one of you something. Okay, give me a second. Footsteps echo from the other side of the line, followed by what seems to be the sound of distant knocking. Pretty sure I could make out the words, "Don't just knocking open the door," followed by, "Get out, get out!" Sai-chan, what did you do now? He'll be by in a second. He's putting his underwear on. What? Did you just walk in on him naked? Yeah. How can you say that with a straight face? What about it? It's a dick. It's not the first one I've seen either. What the fuck? Both Jun and Aki choke at the same time. Probably caught by surprise by this kind of answer. Oh man, is this how Sai and Shoichi talk when they're alone? That's kind of scary. Huh? What was that? I just knocked on something or choked on the water I was drinking. Thanks a lot for that. Oh, sorry. Oh, you actually bought that? That wasn't convincing at all. By the way, did you manage to talk to Jun-kun today like you wanted to? Eh? Don't me. You're the one who's been saying that you want to, yes, I did. I did talk to him. Everything's been talked through. You don't need to remind me. Really? So if I call him after this and ask, he'll actually confirm that you did? You're not my mother. Please stop prying so much. I will when you stop being so shit at taking care of the things you need to do. What are they talking about? You want to talk to June? What about? I tried giving them both a look, but neither of them has anything to say about it. Wait, are they avoiding looking me in the eyes entirely? What's going on here? I liked it better when you were bothering Keisuke instead of me. Huh? What does that mean? Sound of a door being opened echoes through the call, followed by the sound of a man grumbling. Hearing Keisuke's deeper voice again is kind of nostalgic, even if he's just complaining. What is it? It's Sho-chan. He said he just got home and wanted to give us an update. Oh, that's not so bad. Is that why you have it on speakerphone? That's right. Did something happen, Shoichi-san? Wait, since when are these two on a first-name basis? Shoichi didn't even blink to that at all, either. You see, the truth is, we've been given a big update. Oh, is it a good update or a bad update? Decide for yourselves. What does that even mean? Yuichi finally allowed visitors today. We all got a chance to see him. Huh? Really? Shoichi-san, are you serious? That I am. What's more, he got discharged from the hospital. Are you serious? Just as serious as I was the first time you asked me that 10 seconds ago. Oh man, that's so not fair! Why right when we leave town? I wanted to talk to Yuichi-san too. About that, this leads me to the last part of my news. Is there something else? Shoichi looks up at me with a smile. There it is, clear as day, the signal for me to butt in. Saya, Keikun, good job today. How were your matches? Yuichi! Senpai, is that really you? Yep, sorry about that. I really wanted to surprise you guys, so I asked Shoichi to call and put it on speakerphone. Jun and Naki are here with me too, by the way. Good evening. Hope you guys did well today. That was cruel, Sho-chan. Sorry. In my defense, it wasn't my idea at all. Hey, I just got out of the hospital and you're already putting the blame on me? Crap, I was about to say something really bad. That I am. Yuichi, how are you? Are you doing okay? Do you need me to come over? I'll hop on the first train I can get and... Settle down, Saya. There's still the last day of competition. You can't just up and leave like that. But you're way more important. Yuichi-san, I'm really sorry. It must be terrible timing for us to be in here when... I'll stop you right there, Keikun. There's nothing to apologize for. I'm doing alright, really. I've come to terms with it. Now, come on. Tell me how your matches went. I want to know what happened while I was away. Okay. Let me think for a second. Oh, God. Sai and Keikun end up recounting to us in very good detail the matches they played, the results, who their opponents were, all of that. Saya, as I'd already expected, breezed through all of her matches, qualifying for the semifinal round tomorrow with ease. Didn't even drop a single set. She really is a force of nature in the female brackets, isn't she? There's no one left in the country to pose any kind of challenge for her. As for Keikun, the story was a bit different. Seems he's been extra motivated and working really hard. He actually played a match against Yuya-kun, who, despite finishing second in the prefectural round, wasn't a seeded player for this competition. It seems Keisuke managed to beat the odds, winning in a very close match during the quarterfinals with a score of 7-5, 4-6, 6-4. I had nothing but words of praise to give both of them, especially to Keisuke, who seems to have improved so much since the last competition. I'm filled with pride just thinking that all the time he and I spent playing against each other and practicing together wasn't wasted for him. I'm so glad I was able to help him, even just a little bit. Before long, we ended up talking for over an hour, idly chatting about a bunch of random, unimportant things. The overall mood improved so much just by having me around again, according to Saya. It seems my absence had affected everyone so much more than I ever thought it would. Once again, I silently cursed myself for staying away for so long. It seemed I did them all no favors. Still, I'm happy to talk to them all again. Everyone, thanks for caring so much for me. Sometime later, without even realizing it, time continued to pass along at a fast pace. It was only when Shoichi's phone started to ring that we snapped out of our chat, turning our heads to look at him. Oops, man, time really flew by. What do you mean? I set an alarm to make sure I wouldn't lose track of time and miss my curfew. Looks like I was right to do that. I really need to get going. Really? What is it? Oh, wow, it's almost 9! Jun leaned over Shoichi's shoulder, peering at the screen of his phone to check the time, his eyes going wide as soon as he got a good view of it. Yeah, your parents are probably wondering where you are by now. Gah, I didn't realize it until now, but I'm actually really hungry. I didn't have dinner yet. That's the first thing you think of? I'll walk you guys out the door. Thank you, Aki-kun. Turning back to face me, Shoichi smiled once again. It's good to see some energy and enthusiasm back on his face. Yuichi, I'll try talking to you again tomorrow. Will you be going to school? Starting on Monday, I should be getting back. Yeah, need to catch up on all the work I missed while I was away. Oh, right. I'll come by tomorrow to bring you the homework. Ayako-san has been writing it all down and copying her notes for you. Really? Do they even know what happened to me? We, told everyone that you were on bed rest at home due to some kind of flu, but that we didn't have all the details. Really? You don't think that would fall apart the moment I walk into school with a brace on my knee? It was just so we could avoid any kind of media attention bothering you while you recovered. I guess that's fair. Ugh, I'm not looking forward to having to deal with that once it gets out. Either way, I'll be going now. Should I let the teachers know the details so they can be prepared when you get back to class on Monday? Yeah, that would help a lot. I'm on it. Aki opens the door, gesturing for the others to follow him. Yuichi, see you tomorrow. It was good to talk to you again. You bet. See ya. Do it. Do it. Ah. Alright, I'll be back, Nichan. Okay. The three of them walk through the door with Shoichi and Aki chatting and laughing ahead of the pack. However, Jun hangs back by the doorway, turning back to look at me with those bright eyes full of concern. Seeing him like that is like a dagger driving through my heart. Hey, Yoichi-san, are you really okay? What? Of course! Alright. Of course I'm not. No, not now. Hold it back, Yoichi. If you start crying now, if you let your spirit break now... I don't know if I'd ever recover. Aki will be back soon. I can't let him see me like this. I need to make sure they're alright. I won't let myself be the reason why they're miserable. Hot. You hear my breathing echo inside my ears, heavy and ragged. With each labored breath, my lungs ache and burn as if they were on fire. The sound of my heart beating inside of my head might as well drive me insane. Stop. Stop pounding. Stop echoing. Stop hurting. Just stop beating. Where? My whole body is just floating there. There? Here? What is this even? Where am I? Lately, I keep coming to this dark place every now and again. Is this the deep recesses of my mind? I can't tell anymore. It all hurts. Even though I can't feel anything, it all still hurts. My knee throbs, twitches, and creaks. I can't move at all. Why does it feel so hot? Like floating on a pool of warm liquid. I still taste the metal in my mouth. I feel something pulling in my nose. My lungs choking me. The taste of metal lingers. I can't breathe. Everything needs to just stop. I sit up on my bed with one quick jump up. Ah! My knee throbs. A sharp pain radiating from it due to the sudden movement. What? Where? Oh. I'm in my room. I forgot. My head hurts. I'm gasping for air as if I just finished running a marathon. My lungs feel like they're on fire, struggling for every single breath. Right. I'm here. I look around my room, seeing it much barer than usual. I sneak a quick glance at the closed door to my closet, my heart aching a little as I do so. All the contents hidden inside, all my tennis memorabilia, my trophies, posters, equipment, everything. 12 years of my life shoved and hidden away like a skeleton in my closet. I need to get rid of these. Aki was already asleep by the time I finished, so I didn't have the time to give them to him. If he doesn't want them, then I'll just throw them away. I can't keep them around. I can't keep remembering. If I think about it, I'll start to break again. I allow the thoughts to linger for only a second before pushing them all away. Forget it. Don't think about it. It doesn't matter. That's not my life anymore. That's not me anymore. Longing for it won't bring it back. Won't fix anything. All I have is the here and now. What's here and now, though? I wish I knew. What time is it even? I reach for my phone, pressing the power button and being greeted to the time plainly shown in white on the lock screen. It's so early. Aki tends to wake up early, so he might be getting up right now. I lie back on the bed, letting my head hit the pillow with a deep exhale. I'm drenched. I've been sweating really hard for the past few days. There's been no sign of my insomnia lately, but I woke up even more tired than I did before. Did I dream of something? I can't really remember. I feel like I did, but... Oh, yes? Sweetie, can I come in? Mom? Yeah, sure, I'm mostly decent. Okay, deep breaths. I've got to put some cheer in my voice. Good morning, sweetie. You're up early. I can't really sleep in. Do you need something? No, not at all. I wanted to check up on you. Are you alright? Do you need anything? I'm going to need to go to the bathroom in a bit, but I'm letting myself wake up proper first. I can take you. Just need to get you in the chair. That's alright. I'll go in a few minutes. I still feel a little bit groggy. That and, well, I've been locked in a hospital room with zero privacy for a while. Even if I wasn't in the mood for it, I can't help my body from having morning wood. I would much rather my mother not see that. I'm going out today to get you a pair of crutches. I got some directions from your doctor on how to pick one good for your size. Oh, thanks. That'd be really helpful. Otherwise, there would be no way I can get up and down the stairs for starters. Is your knee alright? It's fine. It hurts a bit sometimes if I move too much. Even if it's immobilized, I still need to be careful. That's right. You've got to remember to be careful. Since we don't have the crutches for you yet, you won't be going to school today. Is that okay? Fine by me. I'm not looking forward to being locked in the house, but I also don't want to field a bunch of questions when people find out what happened on Friday. I'm already astounded they managed to keep the whole situation hush-hush like this. Might not be some kind of insane celebrity, but I still expected to see some reporters digging around. Guess I didn't even get a single whiff about it. I'll be heading out now to buy your crutches. Aki is already up in his room, so if you need something, he can help you until I'm back. What do you want me to cook today for lunch? For lunch? Are you staying home? Of course. Might have had some trouble getting out of work yesterday, but I managed to put in a warning that I'd be away for at least a couple of weeks to help you out at home. Sorry about that. Nonsense. It's nothing you need to apologize for. I'm just happy you're home. The door's open. Morning to you, too. At least say good morning properly, sweetie. Okay, good morning. How about that? Better. We could do without the attitude. It's not the attitude. I'm just not a morning person. That's news to me. Just because I wake up early every morning doesn't mean I like morning. Fair point. I guess it runs in the family. Nichan, I'm going to take a bath now. Do you want to come with me? Not like I have much choice. Getting in and out of the bathtub without help would be pretty much impossible. I'm just going to go ahead and pull up the sensor. Not to mention how much of a pain in the ass it is to take my shorts and underwear off, put them back on, etc., etc. Okay, I'll be leaving now. I'll be back later. You'll probably already be at school when I get home, Aki. That's alright. Have a good day, Mom. Misaki is a good mom. Mom leans down, giving Aki a quick kiss on the cheek, then walking up to me and doing the same. Do you need me to help you into the chair? No need. I got it. Are you sure? Aki's fine, Mom. It's not that difficult. Plus, even if he's young and small, he's very steady and fairly strong thanks to his training. He might not be as strong as an adult, but he has way better balance than Mom, that's for sure. Alright. You two take care today. Yup. Of course. Mom walks out of the room, leaving the door still open since Aki and I will be going to the bath real quick, too. Come on, we need to get you in the chair. Would you mind taking me to the bathroom, too? I need to pee. Sure. Do you want to sit on the toilet or need me to help hold you up while you do it? Boy, both alternatives are pretty pathetic in their own, right? Whichever will be less trouble for you. Not the one that needs to pee. I'm also not the one that is hurt. This really isn't my decision to make. Please help hold me stable on my foot while I pee. Sure. A few minutes later, after helping me out with the bathroom, Aki had me wait outside the bath while he prepared the room for me, got the tub filled, etc. Okay, I've made sure the floor is bone dry, so at least we won't slip when going in. Just gotta put you on the chair real careful. Thanks. Sorry it's so much trouble. It's not really. It just takes a couple minutes. The tub isn't even full yet. But we can at least get started on washing ourselves. We need to be careful when getting up and going for the tub, though. That's fine. Aki looks down at me, his gaze falling onto my knee. Right, I should have asked, can we get that thing wet? Yeah, it's fine. It's just a brace. If it were a cast, that'd be a whole different story. That's not so bad, then. Come on, we need to get your underwear off. Right. I reach down for my waist, trying to pull my underwear off, knowing all too well that the idea is futile. It's one thing when I get up to pee and can use a single hand to pull the front down, but taking it off while on my feet would be impractical, and either way, I'd need Aki's help. So very quickly, I have him grabbing the sides of my underwear and nudging me to grab onto the arms of the chair to lift my ass off of it. Aki gingerly slips my tail out of the little opening on the back before proceeding to pull my underwear down, making sure not to let it catch on the brace. Just like that, my underwear slipped off and placed inside the laundry basket, leaving me completely naked and ever so slightly humiliated. Don't look like that. It's not so bad. You're not the one having to be undressed by someone else. True, but it's not like I haven't seen you naked before. We used to bathe together a lot when we were kids. I know, that's not the problem. Here, I'm naked now too. See? Not so bad. Again, it's not being naked that's the issue. It's needing to have you take my underwear off for me. And I'm telling you, that's not a problem. I'm your brother. You worry too much. It's embarrassing. Come on, we need to get you inside. Be careful. Aki gestures with his hand for me to grab him, and I follow along. Since at least my other leg is fine, I can put enough strength into it to make Aki's job of getting me up easier. He only really needs to keep me balanced. Let's walk along with the wall. That way you can distribute your weight between me and the wall when you need to take a step. I nod, following along as best as I can. Even if my remaining leg is pretty strong on its own, doing this is a lot more troublesome than it has any right to be. It's a good thing Aki is here to help keep me balanced, otherwise I'd have fallen on my face real quick. Aki pulls a chair for me to sit in, gingerly helping me down despite how heavy I must be for him. Even if he acts like it's nothing, there's no way someone my size could put so much weight on his shoulders and have him not struggle at least a little. There we go, that's much better. Thanks, you're a big help. Of course. Here's the hose. You can at least take care of your front, right? Yeah. Yes, it'd be pretty pathetic if I needed your help to do that much. You say that, but how exactly do you think you're going to handle washing your butt in the back of your thighs? You can't exactly get up so you can do it. I'd rather die before letting you touch me there. That's so stupid. It's not stupid. That area is private. It's not like I It's not like I want to do it, but it's better than you being dirty. I can lean a bit to the sides and clean myself there when I'm in the tub. Then you get the bath water dirty. Then I can do it on the chair before we go inside. Sure, but I'll need to hold you to make sure you don't fall out of the chair. It's not really made to rock like that. I don't care. It's better than the alternative. Hey, if you can find a way to keep me from having to wash your ass crack, then that's even better for me. Like there was ever any way you'd be doing that in the first place. Don't get mad. I'm just teasing you. Not funny. I disagree. It's hilarious. You're lucky I need your help, otherwise I'd smack you. Don't be so sour, Nichan. I squeezed the shower hose Aki had placed on my lap, pointing it at him and sending a spray of water right on his face. Little twerp takes a step back, covering his face with his hands and yelping. There, that should teach you some respect. Is that how it is? Aki reaches for the bucket, dipping it in the tub and filling it with water. Immediately I freeze, leaning back, feeling myself helplessly stuck to my seat with nowhere to run and hide. Well, wait, let's talk about that. It's war! An entire bucket full of warm water is dropped on top of my head, completely soaking me from head to toe. Now you're a very wet dog. What's that? What's up with that? I'm hurt. Nuh-uh, you're not using your knee as an excuse to be a dick. I'm getting back at you if you try to mess around with me. Boo. That would have been the one upside to being in recovery. You should be thanking me. Now I got you started on getting clean. I'll turn the hose on you again. Be my guest. I have to wash myself either way, so it's not like I'm going to get wet. You think you're so smart. I never said that, but yes. I turn the hose on him again, though this time he only turns his head around so I'm hitting the back of his neck, giggling the entire time. Nichan, stop joking around. I have class. I can't take too long. Fine, I'll cut you some slack this time. Aki giggles once again, taking a seat on the chair next to mine. We mostly take care of washing ourselves while chatting. Aki fills my ears with talks about his school, his plans for the week, things we could do together. It's nice. Whenever he thinks I'm not looking, he pushes things like shampoo, soap, sponges, and whatnot closer to me, so I can have an easier time reaching for it. While I feel a bit inadequate for needing so much help, I can't help but feel happy for how kind and thoughtful of a little brother he is. Yeah. He's still a little shit, though. No hope in the world can make up for that. I noticed with the corner of my eye that Aki got finished washing his front before I did. When he reaches around to spread soap and shampoo on his back, I interrupt him. Here, let me help. What? There's no need. I can handle it. Don't be ridiculous. We're bathing together. I might as well wash your back, too. Aren't you going to be washing mine already? You sure? Yeah, it's no problem. Though cleaning your ass is your own business. I ain't touching that. Duh, you're not going anywhere near that, you dumbass. Oh, so that idea is bad. You had no problem talking about doing it to me, though. You know it's not the same. I don't need any help cleaning my butt. You can't even stand without me helping you on your feet. Nope, no double standards allowed. A verdict has been reached. The idea is ridiculous. No mutual butt washings. Pfft, Nichan, you're such an idiot. Aki laughs, shaking his head sideways with a big smile on his face. At my insistence, he turns around so I can take care of his back. I quickly add some soap to my hands, spreading it around the back of his neck and shoulders and making my way down, kneading and untangling any knots I find along the way. Whoa, you're more toned than you look. Really? I thought my muscles were starting to develop. They are. Maybe in a few years you'll be looking like me. I doubt it. You were already taller than me when you were my age. Plus, Mom isn't all that tall either. Just a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit creeped out. Neither was Dad, yet look at me. Maybe you were extra blessed. Sure, the gods took all the height and athleticism in the family and shifted them to me. You get nothing. Makes sense. Probably why you're such a meathead. Hey. Kidding, kidding. You better be. I give Aki a playful slap right between his shoulders, making him giggle once again. He's so giggly today. Yeah, I'm a little creeped out. You're lucky. Your fur's a lot shorter than mine. Is that really such a big deal? Of course it is. Do you have any idea how long it takes me to properly wash and dry myself? You've already done washing yourself while I was only down to my stomach. Your fur ties itself into knots really easily, huh? It does. It's really annoying. Not to mention the amount of people who say I look feminine because of how long, puffy, and soft my fur is. That's true. You kind of look like you're in a boy band. Ew. Never say those words again. What? It's true, though. Bad, doggy. Bad. Yeah, I said, hey, at least use the warm water, Nichan. This is your punishment. That's mean. Don't be dramatic. A little bit of cold water won't kill you. I finished washing off the rest of the shampoo I put on his fur, having first washed him off with soap before rinsing it and applying shampoo instead. There we go. You can go soak in the tub now if you want. Nah, I still have to take care of your back, remember? Fine. Do you mind working on it while I finish my front? No problem. Feeling Aki's hand going around my back is weird. We used to bathe together all the time when we were younger. Or, well, not all the time. It wasn't until he was 7 or so that we even started doing that. And then we stopped around the time I entered high school. I was also self-conscious being naked around other people, even with Aki. I wasn't really sure why that was. Though, lately I think I've started to understand myself a little better. Hanging around gyms all the time, my body started reacting in ways I didn't like when I began going through puberty. I refused to admit it and tried as best as I could to remove myself from this situation entirely. Getting excited by seeing other guys in the locker room or showers, especially at an age like that, all while having no idea what is going on. Of course I'd be confused, and I dealt with the situation horribly. I don't think I fully understand it even now. It's difficult to accept, but there's some peace in that. Getting closer to June and noticing just how much I've begun to care for him, it helped me notice. I guess I owe him one for that. The fact that I let my own confusion make me pull away from Aki is unforgivable, though. Even now, all I can think about is how Aki's hands are a lot bigger than they were a few years ago and how we used to bathe together more often. I'm sure you have a lot of questions.
Not particularly.
I hate this. What? What's wrong? I was feeling proud of myself because you said my body was getting sturdier, but you're clearly a lot stronger than I am. The muscles on your back are a lot more defined. Well, yeah, I'm pretty much an adult. You're a kid. Of course my muscles are going to be more defined than yours. You've barely even gone through puberty. I know that. It's just annoying. I feel bitter about it. It's okay to feel bitter. You'll get there in a few years, though. I hope so. I'm telling you, you will. Be patient. I'm going to rinse off the soap now. Don't jump when I turn on the water. Okay. Okay. The feeling of the water running all the way down my fur and washing away the soap and impurities feels so nice. It's way better than getting a friggin' sponge bath at the hospital. Can't wait to soak in the tub. Hey, Nichan? I'm really glad you're home. This feels nice. It's just a bath. It's nothing special, but yeah. We're gonna leave off here tonight. The VOD will actually be up, like, soon. Well, like, right after stream, the VOD will be up. But yeah, if you want to stick around for chord progressions, then do that. If not... Yeah, it's because we're doing chord progressions tonight. Yeah, if you want to watch that, then do that. If not, then stay safe. Have a good night. And I will see you all tomorrow.